Thursday morning.
I'll be back. Me and all three have personality.
Tater's gonna Tate.
All right, concierge doesn't open until 9, but... Okay, I've yet to film a sentence this morning without somebody interrupting. Got the card. You have to go to the front desk and ask for it because the concierge doesn't open until 9. But this is better than... You can't get any card at all, so that's good. All right, room 1838 at the D. What do we reckon?
I very much liked the hotel. There's no mini fridge that's extra.
Yeah, I guess there's different kinds of rooms you can book that you would get it, but
Okay, and
we
there's
just
no
didn't book
coffee maker in this room.
it. Yep.
Those were the two things we were missing.
Mm-hmm.
But the coffee downstairs, right at the base of the elevators, it was $5 a cup, but it was good coffee.
Yeah.
Are we grabbing cups on our way out?
I assume so.
Okay, then let me get money out. But aside from that, what did you think?
Well, I was out like a light, so bed was definitely comfortable. Light-wise, your options are that and that. That's it.
Yeah, that is a little strange.
So for all the griping that people have about the plaza about how dark it is, it's like, well, I mean, that's like, you know, having a room on the sun.
Yeah.
Nice view. And you do get the Fremont noise, but not horrendously.
Yeah, there was a band playing right underneath us last night.
Yeah.
But it didn't affect either of us falling asleep, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, between my exhaustion and the cricket noises, it just faded into like just white noise of its own. So
Yeah, it didn't even bother me, and that kind of stuff does bother me. So, yeah, I mean, I would stay here again.
Yeah.
Although the people at the plaza were very put out.
Yeah.
That we didn't book there.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't know this, but right before you joined us, I had completely thrown you under the bus on that one.
Okay.
And told him I wanted to stay at the plaza. I kept saying, let's stay at the plaza.
Yeah, I had it booked, and then when you said do 2 nights, the D was cheaper. So they did it to themselves through Hotels.com. They're like, well, don't go through Hotels.com. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I'm using my points and stuff, so no. You have to be put out all you want. Do better, try harder.
Well.
It's the view from the parking garage. So glamorous. Alright, cars are loaded. Look how I just assumed this was the elevator it was going to be. And I was right. Boom. Alright.
Okay, I just had to look it up. It is Thursday, February 26th. I had no idea. I'm in the car. He went to go return the cart. That is a nice... That's nice. You give them your driver's license and they let you take a luggage cart. And then you get your license back when you return. So he is returning that. I got us 2 coffees. And burned the heck out of my hands doing it. Don't know what I was thinking. And then we reloaded up the cars. And we're going to head out. And I don't know if we're stopping for breakfast or not. He never really gave me an answer of what he wanted to do. I mean, I have food in the car, so I will make it through. We are driving due north of Vegas. We're heading out of Vegas to West Wendover, Nevada, which is up near the Idaho and I think Utah borders, if my geography is correct. It's like in that little corner where those states all kind of meet. And that is where Cowboy Slots is basically based, is West Wendover. So we always wanted to go. The other one we want to do is, it's in, I want to say Lansing, Wyoming. Now I can't remember the name of he's back. I can't remember the name of the casino. Shoshone Rose. It looks so cute and so gorgeous. But that would mean figuring out a trip to Wyoming, which will be easier to do from Seattle than it was from Florida. So could happen still. Let me turn my walkie-talkie on. Give him some time.
14.
Mic check.
Mike here.
Proceed to Monsters, Inc.
2316. What's that number?
2319.
Well, this was a very small child. Take a few minutes, get yourself situated. Let me know when you're organized. Let me know if you want to go to breakfast. I've got food in the car, so I could go either way. These have been a lifesaver. They've also scared me a few
So it's
times.
saying 5.5 hours drive, so my inclination is let's roll and then eat nuts and berries.
Okay, I can do that.
Swear someday we'll use these other cards, but today's probably not that day.
That's fine, not an issue. Be careful, that coffee is scalding hot.
Yeah, I'll lay off it. I got my water for the immediate term.
Okay, just let me know when you're ready to roll. Take your time. See, lifesaver. You got to watch that entire exchange. You are so lucky. So we're staying at a hotel. We're staying at the Peppermill, which to me that's weird because that's the name of...
Get your room key ready, by the way.
I have my room keys on standby to get through the gate to get out of the parking garage. Thank you. Also, my filming camera is down to 9%. I hope it charges as I drive. Because there's supposed to be some really pretty scenery coming up.
Yeah, depending on what it's plugged into, it should.
It's plugged into the cigarette lighter.
Yeah, it'll charge.
Okay. Is there anything else I have to tell you other than you watching us live our lives? What's today? Thursday, I said? He thinks we're going to get there Saturday. I think we're going to get there Sunday. So we'll see what happens. It's all going to depend on road conditions and weather. But here's hoping. That might have been static, like interference. We've been getting that periodically with the trucks. A little bit of interference. Yeah, that's not him. We just change channels when it happens. Okay. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to put my seatbelt on and eat some muffins while I wait for him to finish getting organized. And then we'll hit the road.
Alright, this could be all repeat information because I don't know what Jamie filmed and didn't film. But now that I'm on a straightaway where there's nothing happening for the next million miles, we're outside of Las Vegas. We're on the road to Wendover, Nevada, or I guess West Wendover. We'll get there in about 5-ish hours. We got separated because I made a wrong turn way back in Vegas. And I've been trying to make up for it ever since, but then I got gas, and then she got gas. And we just are not synced up. And according to my math, if we go at the present rate, if she actually does go the speed limit, then we should meet up in about 2 hours. She was also going to get off the road again at some point for a break. So we're far enough apart, our walkie-talkies are useless. So she has to call me on the phone and tell me where she's at. I thought that West Arizona had a bunch of nothing. We thought we knew that, like Jamie looked at the route before we did all very scenic and mountainy through here, and that's true. It's very scenic and mountainy. Tons of scrubland and lots of cactuses. So there's that. Still no animals. Or whatever they are, they're low to the ground in such a way that I'm not going to see them from the road. Let's say la vie. I'm just thrilled at looking ahead at the route. The temperatures are going to be above freezing the whole way, so we shouldn't have to have any kind of layover. Our contingency plan was we were going to stay in Vegas for like a week if the storm hit or something where we just couldn't get through the mountains. Because we still have to traverse Idaho and then part of Oregon and then into the very mountainy area of Washington. But the whole route is like 50 degrees on average, so there shouldn't be snow and ice. Accent on shouldn't. Anyway, just steady on. On the one hand, this is like very boring straightaway, but on the other hand, it's a 2-lane road. And the guy behind me is showing that he's going to want to blow my doors off here. I think he's going to go any second, and here he goes. But you've got long stretches of visibility and room to maneuver. So that's nice. So if somebody does want to blow my doors off, they're welcome to it. I could probably crank my speed up just a little bit more, but I don't want to do it too much more and then have some bored cop get all excited. I have a feeling I'm in the stretch of the world where no one's reporting crap on the GPS, period. Whatever it is. So anyway, there's that. We did leave Vegas with some kind of money, just not up. That 3-hour or whatever it was, 2-hour endurance event, saw to that. It was definitely an experience. Hit a lot of pinball. The woman next to me hit a lot of top dollar. And then this woman on the other side of me got the Yeti to do stuff, which then she won the $50 free play drawing. I'm like, well, you kind of deserve an award if you can do an endurance challenge on Yeti. But yeah, there's, I'm not going to rehash the rehash, but I'm not happy with certain aspects of Alta Plaza yesterday. And in fairness to like the greater staff, I mean, they do work very hard. They're very nice. They're very professional. It's just when there's the bad apples, and maybe it's the bad apples or it's the bad process. And maybe the bad process makes it seem like bad apples. You know what I mean? But definitely bad process having to do with that event. Like by contrast, I haven't done it, but looking at videos about it, like the Carnival ships will do a hot seat giveaway, and they're very vocal about it. And this was all like stealth, and it's like, why? The other thing too is we're on a Pacific time. So the later it was getting, it's like you do realize it's like 1:30 a.m. what we're used to. So we've already been slamming Vegas as it is. So I was well done. Anyways, this has been middle of nowhere Nevada minute. I wish there was something more exciting to show you here, but it's again a lot of scrubland and a lot of mountains. So, you know, glad we gassed up, glad we are good to go to make our way to West Wendover. We're excited to get there and see what that's like, instead of seeing it by way of the Cowboy Slots channel. More on that story later.
Okay, we have left Las Vegas. We just passed North North Las Vegas. I think Ethan is about 10 miles behind me. We got separated thanks to a tricky turn, like a weird double turn off the highway situation. He was behind me. I saw his turn signal. I got off and I headed toward the sign that said north, and he accidentally went south. And so he's turned around. We both stopped for gas, and like I said, he's now about 10 miles behind me. So he will catch up. It's just a 2-lane highway here. I think we're on 93. But very pretty, very scenic. And yeah, that's about all I have to report right now. I've got enough gas to get me to West Wendover, and it's less than 5 hours now. So I will definitely have to stop before we get there. Seeing as I have this large hotel coffee that I'm in the middle of. But sooner or later he'll catch up. And alright, we just had the ever-living hell scared out of us. All I saw was a triangular shadow, and then there was this roar. We think it was a fighter jet. I don't know. But check out this canyon. How awesome is this? Oh my God. You know when you get that rush of adrenaline? It makes my chest hurt so bad. Oh. Here comes again.
I saw the shadow.
Yeah, I just heard the roar that time.
Yeah, it went across the cliff face.
I wonder if there's a military base out here. There must be. Oh man, that made my chest hurt. Whew.
Area 51's more to the west of the state.
That's in Nevada? Why did I think that was in New Mexico?
It's in Nevada.
Well, it wasn't a spaceship. It was a fighter jet.
Yeah, but that's the military base that I know of, but I mean, it doesn't mean there couldn't be another Air Force base through here.
My chest hurts.
Yeah, but I've noticed the elevation going up.
No, it was this adrenaline spike from that first roar.
Yeah. This guy's gonna probably blow your doors off any second here.
I know, he's practically chained to my bumper. Okay, 2 hours and 10 minutes south of West Wendover. So, a little over 3 hours since we left Vegas. Be nice if I stayed on the road. Luckily, not a lot of wildlife. So, despite the sign warnings, it hasn't been, you know, deers jumping in front of you constantly, which is good. Isn't that pretty? That's so crazy. It is 59 degrees outside. The next town we hit, potentially the only... we just went through Lund. It was itty bitty. I don't know how big Lund is, but what we saw of it was minute. The next town of any note is Eli. So Ethan wants to stop there to use some facilities, and I said I would kill to see a McDonald's at this point, because there has been nothing on this drive, as you can see. there was a rest stop. It was the size of a single car garage. And we've passed, I think, 2 gas stations, the Sunoco and then a Shell where we stopped. That's where Ethan caught up with me. But aside from those 3 things and some wildlife pull-offs, but the wildlife places, they look cool to like go check out wildlife. Not that I see anything. But they didn't have any facilities, so I didn't pull over. But it's been a pretty easy drive. It's been this 2-lane highway pretty much the whole way. We've only had to pass 1 car, and I think we've only been passed by 2 cars. So it's been pretty empty. And I said to Ethan, I said, it's been an easy drive, and I don't know if that's because we had a day off, or if this really is an easier drive than what we've been doing. But it's been pretty good. So, okay, I will talk to you later. Bye. I'm going to see if I can show you guys. I hope you can see what I'm looking at. The terrain. We're in very northeast Nevada. We're only about 16 miles from West Wendover. The terrain is incredible. We're both like in awe. It's like driving through a painting. It's been nuts how just driving through Nevada, the terrain has changed 4 or 5 separate times into something completely different. It's been so cool. And it's just been this 2-lane highway through the desert, through some mountains, through some more desert. We're coming up on, when we get there, it'll be 5.5 hours of driving. There was 1 McDonald's in Ely, Nevada. That was it. There was a give or take just past the halfway mark. Because I think when we got back in the car, we still had like 2 hours to go. And now we have about 15 minutes, so. But it's been an easy drive. I've started to get a little, did I ever tell you the story about when my niece, Lauren McKenna, was 4? Or is she 3? God, I don't even know anymore. We went to her wedding last year. She was 3 or 4. We were driving down to Disney World, and it was her, me, and her dad in the car. She's in the car seat in the back seat. I think her dad was driving. And we were stopping in Perry, Georgia for the night, as we always did. And she was like, I'm done. And I told her, I said, there's only 4 more miles. And she went, I don't want 4 more miles. So that's how I feel right now. I don't want 13 more miles. Oh, God. It's so pretty. Ethan is trying to figure out if there's mountains over to our right. Ethan's trying to figure out if on the other side of those mountains is Salt Lake, but I don't know where Salt Lake is in Utah. I have no idea. I don't even think that's Utah, come to think of it. I think Utah's on the other side of it. I don't know where Utah is right now. I was thinking it was to the right of Nevada. But now I'm really confused because when I was, I don't know, 16, 17, Rhonda, Mia, and I took a road trip across the country. And I know we drove on 40 across the top of Texas. And I know we stopped in Albuquerque because we went to a Pizza Hut, and it's the only time in my entire life that we had bad service and bad pizza at a Pizza Hut. And I know we went to Vegas, but I also know we drove through Salt Lake City. Or maybe it was just the Salt Flats. Are those by Salt Lake City? I think I've been in this car too long by myself. Because I drove the Salt Lake part, coming down the mountain. I drove that. I remember the smell of the sulfur. I remember it drying out my contact lenses, the air. And I remember Rhonda telling me not to ride the brake. So I know I drove through Utah. Wait, I have a map of the United States. Yeah, I don't know how the hell we ended up in Utah. I know we stopped at the Grand Canyon, but Rhonda said we stopped at the South Rim when I asked her. But if we did that, how the heck did we end up in Utah? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what route we took. And frankly, it was 40 years ago, so I guess it... Sorry about that. I guess it doesn't really matter. But I don't like forgetting stuff like that. I remember a lot of that trip. But I don't know how we ended up in Utah.
On the approach to Wendover, Nevada, or West Wendover, depending on how you look at it. Going to the Wendover Nugget first because Cowboy Slots plays there all the time. He's not going to be there today, just to set expectations. Unless his cruise got canceled. We're really close to Wendover, or West Wendover now. We're also very near the Utah border to my right. And way in the distance, I can't really film this, I'm sorry, but there's snow-capped mountains in the distance. And it may be the range that runs behind Salt Lake City. If you're in Salt Lake City looking to the west, I think it's those mountains, which would give us pretty incredible visibility if that's in fact the case. Here's a dumb fun fact, is like I assume that our maximum visibility at any given time is 10 miles. That's apparently not true. So I don't know where the curvature of the earth is such that, you know, like, you lose visibility horizontally. But these mountains do stick up vertically in such a way that you can see them for quite some distance. There's nothing between us and them, really. Because again, it's all scrub land. And over to my right is a lot of it looks like salt flats. So again, sorry I can't really gracefully film it. Let's try this. I'm going to turn the camera. This is again not going to be a very natural viewing angle, so I'm sorry, but I want to show you what I can show you. So try that. Maybe zoom out. If that's going to be any better. Try that. I really don't know what this is even picking up right now. I'm just going to turn it back forward. Forget it. Alright, we're entering West Wendover. They make you have to slow way the hell down. I was just saying that's pretty cruel going down 25 from 70. Like, need a little leeway here.
a hotel, but that building off to the right looks like a prison.
Well, 38 Specials coming to town. At the Rainbow, right? Concert Hall. So that's the Pepperville, alright. The Australian Pink Floyd show, alright. Turn right, yeah. Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. There's the Wendover Nugget thing. And then Montego Bay is like right across the way. I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing? Let's try this. Oof. Shit just fell on me. I don't know what's going on.
I feel like we needed to go up those stairs. I'm sure there's another way up.
Yeah. So-called no admittance. Allegedly. There's a lot we don't know from watching Cowboy Slots. So here's the atrium that leads to the convention center. So when did this turn into the Gaylord Palms? All right, it's like a dream come true. We are at the Wendover Nugget in West Wendover, Nevada. Got our plus cards. We're going to go to set our pins next since we have free play for being new signups. We did get filming permission tied to the machine. So again, ask. Don't just whip your cameras out of places. Vegas is one thing that's kind of the Wild West, but they can shut you down if they don't like what you're doing. It's been done. Don't be that guy or gal. Just because Cowboy Slots and other guys film their slot play, they oftentimes have arrangements with the casino. Fun fact, Cowboy not affiliated with this casino anymore. But we're Taters going to say we're free agents and we're going to check it out. right, that was the Wendover Nugget with mixed results.
No. Sorry.
Yeah.
Were you having a lot of trouble with buttons not working,
Oh,
and
yeah.
screens not working,
Yep.
games being out of service?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the downside of this.
Out in the middle of nowhere?
Well, that and the oldies that they had, like,
Yeah. I mean, they had a lot of old games, but a lot of the games I played, the sound didn't work,
yeah.
and it took all my money.
Yep. Also that.
So,
The high limit room took my money, so
it always
that's who I blame.
I don't know why you do that.
Well,
You
I knew the
know better.
risks.
You know better.
Peppermill.
It might be that other building. I don't know.
All right, well, let's go in and get the lay of the land here. At the Peppermill in West Wendover, Nevada. You.
I'm doing the best I can.
Are you sitting down?
No, I'm just still walking.
Oh, they were sitting on the chair.
I didn't even get to the chair.
Yeah, I love how they troll us with like every way to not have it be our room. Finally got to the room. Oof, and this weighs 18,000 pounds.
Okay, the toilet's running.
Okay.
We didn't even flush it yet. Okay, that's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it stop?
Okay, after further ado, this is nice. I mean, sure, it's 68 miles away from the casino,
You
but
think that's nice? Wait till you see the bathroom.
there's a Keurig that's like decent.
Oh my god. Oh. We only have one regular coffee. The other two are decaf. Oh wait. No, this one's regular.
shower heaven.
Look at that.
Wow.
They're marshmallows.
This might be nicer than the D.
They're marshmallows.
Oh, wait, do we have a fridge? Because that would make this infinitely better. It's a sexy fridge.
See?
Wow.
Oh, look at.
Now I'm a believer. And then just a scenic view of Mount Olympus right here. And I don't know what to do with the cars, though. I have no idea what we're near.
Montana.
Mm-hmm. True that.
Oh, look at the chair. Can I take that chair to the casino and sit in that while I play?
I know, right?
No, one of us.
Wow. All right. And this was not a very expensive room, I don't think.
We're in the middle of flipping nowhere.
Isn't it great?
It really is.
Yep. Once upon a time, there was Cafe Milano. Here's how they roll. That's breakfast.
It starts there. And it just keeps going.
All right, well, I'll be in here in an hour or whatever. I'm about to go.
Sheesh.
I told you.
And they lived happily ever after. The end. All right, we're at the cafe at the Peppermill. And Jamie's already been well into her salad, but then she also got the tortellini, right?
And it came with garlic bread.
Yep. And I got the Peppermill Clubhouse, which is a fancier version of the regular Clubhouse. And I got Tabasco fries. I had to look that up to find out what that meant. I'm excited. All right, it's Thursday night. It's 10 o'clock-ish. And I'm going to take one last stab at Bomberman before going to bed. They only have 2 machines and they're pretty booked up, so I might be going right back to the room.
5 minutes later.
Yep, should have stayed in bed, but oh well. I gave it a try. So that's the end of Thursday night. And we'll see you tomorrow. How about this?
No!